Well, good morning. Welcome to Agape. Agape, the love of God operating through the human heart. Unconditional love. That's what we talk about here each and every week. And I'm so grateful that you joined me today so that we can have a conversation. A conversation today is going to be an interesting one. It's how to deal with fear and live the life of your dream. Yeah, I thought I'd take on a simple topic today. But you know what? If we don't talk about it, how do we make any gains? So everything is about getting a clearer understanding of what we're being faced with. So I want you to know that we offer many things at Agape. You can find out about them at agapespiritualcenter.com. Go to the calendar. Love to have you plug in and connect with us because we're here for you. That's why we're here. We're a worldwide spiritual community that teaches how to better self-love through conscious living. It's that simple. So before we get into talking today, I want to take you into a meditative state. I want to take you out of the 3D world. I want to get you into the world of the 5D, of no time and no space. So I want to invite you to get into a comfortable seated position. Feet on the floor, your back straight, hands gently resting on your lap. Connect your index finger and your thumb on both hands. Close your eyes and bring all awareness to your breath. We're going to begin with 3 deep breaths in and out to the count of 7. We don't breathe deep enough as humans. We breathe really shallow here in the United States. And so I'm trying to get you into a deeper breath, a deeper connection. So go with me, please. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now bring your awareness to your heart center in the center of your chest. And all the breathing we do now will be in and out of the heart center, fully realizing that the air you're breathing in is entering into the heart, and you release it, it's coming out from the heart and spreading into all parts of your body. You're literally breathing in love and you're sending out love. You're breathing in love from the infinite into the heart, and you're breathing out love from your heart to all the cells and space in your body. So we're going to do this, and I'm going to invite you to do a round of ha breathing with me. And this is different because it's going to be breathing in through the nose, and when you breathe out through the mouth with the sound of ha. And I'm going to go slowly at first. I'm going to pick the speed up. At the end, I'm going to ask you to hold that breath on the inhale. And then when I'm asking you to hold, I'm going to ask you to squeeze. And that means to tighten down your stomach muscle, to tighten down your chest muscle. And you're pushing that energy up from your root chakra, the base of your spine, all the way up into the center of your brain, into the third eye, into your pineal gland. We're going to do that so that we can step outside the body. What you're going to have a feeling after you hold that breath and you release it when I tell you to, you're going to disappear into energy. You're going to come outside your body. You're going to feel energy, and it may feel a little weird, but that's okay. We're about going into the unknown, because until we go there, nothing new can happen. So again, we're breathing in and out of our heart center. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in, 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 and hold. Now squeeze. Push that oxygen up into the brain. Squeeze more. And now let go. Just notice. Notice the energy moving. Don't try to analyze it. You're just witnessing it. I know that could have been a little scary. It may have been hard to keep up with the breathing. It's okay. You're doing your best. Doing your best is all that matters. We're going to do one more round because I really want to get you into that heart center. I really want to open up that heart energy in you. So all focus on the heart center, breathing in and out, and follow along with me to the best of your ability. Breathe in, 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 and hold. Now squeeze your lower abdomen, your upper abdomen, your chest, pushing that life force up into your third eye. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Let it go. Feel the energy. That's all you are, is energy. I want you now to bring in an elevated feeling, a feeling of joy, of peace, of love, of laughter, of abundance, of health, whatever it is for you. Find that feeling. That feeling will tune your energy to a higher vibration. So take that feeling and gently breathe it into your heart center and breathe it out from your heart center. You are the master of your body. You are the master of your mind. You are the master of your energy. Remember, where and how you focus is where your energy goes and where you create. Ask your heart this question. How can I be and express more love as me today? How can I be and express more love as me today? And just take a moment and listen. Your heart will guide you. It will give you one simple step. Could be just being kinder to your dog, to your partner, to your children. It could be to take a walk. It could be anything. It doesn't matter. It's perfect, whatever you choose. See yourself as having taken that action. And notice how your heart opens and how good it feels. You can come back here anytime you choose by consciously taking in 3 deep breaths in and out of your heart and asking your heart the question you desire. Just take a moment and listen. Your heart will always guide you to a greater expansion, to a greater you. The heart desires to experience more. So with your energy set on gratitude, start to come back to this time, to this place, to this day, to this body. And when you're ready, open your eyes and welcome to the new you. Well, today, I thought I'd take on the topic of fear. How to deal with fear and live your dream life. Now, I'm not talking about fear where you're in a room and you run into a cobra snake. That type of fear is very valid. That keeps you alive. I'm talking about fear that your mind creates. And your mind creates it when it's dealing with the unknown. That's what I so understand. And that's the fear I want to deal with today, is the fear of dealing with the unknown. And so, what is fear? Outside of that of a lion, a tiger about to attack you, someone, going to rob you or something like that, fire, something like that. Fear is simply a negative belief about the unknown. And guess what? The unknown is where our most expansive life is. The unknown is where all the joy is. The unknown is where the adventure is. And yet we have a fear of the unknown. And that's just so fascinating when we consider that aspect of it. So let's look at the different fears that, as we might have identified them in dealing with the unknown. Well, the first one comes up is what? The fear of failure. That's right, the fear of failure. So what is failure? It's not meeting an expectation. Well, first off, is your expectation real? And do you have an expectation that is of value to you? Because if you're doing something and it's not a high value to you, chances are you're going to fail because you're not going to stick with it. But if you're doing something that is a high value, then you're not going to fear failure. Fear of failure is simply the idea you're not meeting an expectation. Well, who's the judge of failure? You are. So you can take back your power and not worry about that. Failure is not an option. Here's the other thing. You've got an eternity to achieve it because you're a soul. You're the individualization of the infinite. You're a point of consciousness within all consciousness, and you're eternal. So you can't fail. So what's the opposite of that? Fear of success. That's right. And where does the fear of success come from? That we're not worthy. That we don't believe we're worthy of achieving this item, this goal, this experience. And what does that mean? It means we don't know who we are. We don't fully embrace the idea that we're a part of the infinite. We're an individualized point of consciousness, that we're infinite. If we truly realize that, we would realize that we are divine creators and that there's a law of cause and effect, and that law of cause and effect is always working with us. And because it's always working with us, we are able to achieve anything we want. And that success, my friends, is always in the unknown. Another thing that stems from this is the fear that we're not good enough and that we're being judged. Well, first off, if we know there's an infinite and this infinite is love, we never have to worry about it judging us. Why? Because love cannot judge. And we've heard it said over and over again that God is love. So there is no judgment in God. So where is the judgment? The judgment is in humanity. The judgment, most of it, is with ourselves. We're the ones who believe we're not good enough. We're the ones who are judging ourselves for not achieving the result. Anyone else outside of that, it's not worth us even considering. The fact of the matter is, if you stop judging you will not have a fear of being judged. You only have a fear of being judged when you judge yourself and you believe it's legitimate, it's real, you deserve it. You don't deserve it. You're perfect just like you are. You're an individualization of consciousness, meaning you're perfect. You're just unique. What makes you unique? The way you think, the way you use the law of cause and effect. You see, when you can start to understand that you're infinite and that you're unique, you give up all concern about the fear of disappointing others, because that fear is nonsense. It's something that we have been domesticated into believing. That's right. Our parents have domesticated us. Society's domesticated us. The schools have domesticated us. Religion has domesticated us. Businesses have domesticated us. That we need to prove ourselves to others, that we need to be people pleasers. That's not why we're here. We're meant to create, to experience, to expand, to grow, to be grateful, to create again, to expand, to grow, to create. It's a cycle that never stops. We're not here to please our moms, our dads, our brothers or sisters, our spouses, our grandparents, our people at work. We're here to use our gifts the way that we can use them best. The other thing then is there's a fear if we change, we'll lose our identity. I know this one. When I left the corporate world, man, I was so identified with the title. I was a vice president. All of a sudden now I'm a student. And I just had to work at it. It took me 2 years. 2 years to come to grips that I had so identified with a title. People ask me now, what is it I am? And I said, well, I'm an individualization of spirit. I'm unique, whole, and perfect as I am. No, no, no. I said, oh, you want to know what I do? Oh, I'm a spiritual teacher. That's what I do. It's not who I am. I can't lose my identity because my identity is that I am infinite. I'm eternal. I'll be forever and ever expressing and experiencing life. You get that? So this identity, again, we've been domesticated into believing that that's important. Here's another one that's great. Fear of not being in control. Yeah, and where can you be in control? Only in the known. You're not in control in the unknown because you don't know what to do. You've never been there before. So the known is not known in the unknown. And so most people have the fear of not being in control. They'll never enter the unknown. They'll keep living their life over and over and over and over and over again and wondering why are they bored? The juice is in the unknown. And in the unknown, you can't be in control. Here's what you can do in the unknown. You can take one step at a time and know that the internal, infinite, intuitive wisdom within you will guide you. You just got to listen to your heart. And your heart doesn't want to be controlled. Your heart wants to be free. In fact, freedom is the essential nature of every human being. It's the highest of all values. And for most people, they've suppressed that. They don't understand that they're free. They believe they're in prison. And if they believe it, guess what, gang? They are. Another fear that comes from all this is the fear of not having enough time. Well, wait a second. There's only now. And if there's only now, what do you mean not having enough time? The key thing is we've got to start conditioning ourselves to realize that we're eternal and that what are we working on in the now? Is it important? We'll always have enough time for the things that are most important to us. But most people don't know what's important to them. So they spend their time doing on things that are tasks. And tasks are not necessarily important. So you've got to understand that time is eternal. You only have the now. And when you're working on something that's truly your highest value, there is no time because you're in the now. When you're in the now, you've always got enough time for that which you love. And all this stuff breaks down into one thing. We have a fear of knowing our truth. And the truth is, we're an individualization of God. individualization of consciousness, an individualization of the infinite, which means that the creative power is responding to our thoughts, and that what we think creates a mental atmosphere. That mental atmosphere creates our experience. We have a fear of that because that means, yeah, you guessed it, we're 100% responsible. That's right, not to what happens to us, but we're 100% responsible for the experience that we have in anything, because we get to choose how we respond. Whether we're conscious or unconscious, we're always at choice. Most of the people are unconscious. They have habits of being, habits that are built on the known. But the truth is, you're infinite. You are a part of the unknown. And it's the joy of being in the unknown that gives us that. And you see, when we're in the unknown and we don't know our truth, guess what? We have the fear of being uncomfortable, trying new things. We want to be comfortable, and yet comfortable leads to boredom. And that's where most people are. They want to be comfortable. They weren't meant to be comfortable. We were meant to soar. We were meant to fly. We were meant to grow, to expand, to experience. You know, when I think about the creative process in our lives are what? To create, to experience, to create again, to experience, to create again, to experience, to create again, to experience. Here's the key: without attachment. You will not have attachment if you know that you're always creating, because you know that you can create whatever it is again. So you're never attached to having something or being in an experience. You know you can create it again. So let's go on to the next one. And when we do that, we lose this idea, this fear of being comfortable, this fear of being in the known. You see, fear is an illusion created in the mind that holds us back from living our greatest life. That's right, it's an illusion. Our greatest life is in the unknown, and we can embrace that, embody that. Oh my God, it is magnificent. It is wonderful. It is everything, because we get to go on. I will tell you, I thought that when I left the corporate world, my life was not going to be all that great and wonderful. And guess what? I embraced going into the unknown. I built a spiritual center. Not just me, other people joined me. But I started a spiritual center in March of 2009 in the recession. And yet here we are today, 13 and a half years later, thriving. Not only are we local, we're now worldwide. People are watching these messages all over the world. They're plugging into daily meditations online. They're watching my daily talks, and we're having community. We're getting together in gatherings. We're taking classes. It is amazing how when you step into the unknown, the universe, if you've got a clear vision of where you want to go, the universe will guide you. So you got to let go of the illusion that your mind has been domesticated into believing. And you've got to embrace the truth. And the truth is, you can't fail because you're on an infinite journey. And no one is judging you but you. So maybe it's time to do a little self-love. What does self-love mean? To accept yourself as you are, to no longer judge yourself. And when you no longer judge yourself, you can enjoy the journey of life as it unfolds in the most unique and magnificent ways. And you can sit there and observe it from a place of gratitude, knowing that you are the master of your mind, you are the master of your body, you are the master of your destiny. And when you're the master, fear no longer exists. It's a journey, my friends. And when we can embrace it, man, what a ride we'll go on. So make this the day that you begin to step out of fear and step into the unknown. I want to thank you for taking your time and being with me today. And if you got something from this message, if you're part of the Agape community, I would ask you to make a donation. You can do that in the thing below, or you can go to agapespiritualcenter.com. And when you go to agapespiritualcenter.com, you can make a donation under the donate button. We use your donations so that we can bring this message to greater and greater and greater numbers of people. I want you to know we're here to serve you. We're here to support you because we know who you are. You're the infinite. You're unique, and you're perfect just like you are. Make this your best week ever. Until next week.